Hello friends, welcome to Sujan online coaching classes. So today we are going to study about class 8 chemistry. Okay, lesson is some important elements and their compounds. Okay, so we all know that there are 118 elements. Okay, known elements, and from that it is broadly categorized as metallic elements and non-metallic elements. Okay, so metallic elements have widespread application, not because of just its large number, but also its application. Okay, its uses. So from that, some non-metallic elements are also useful. Like we know that nitrogen is useful, oxygen is very essential. Okay, so some metallic elements and non-metallic elements we are going to study here. But here in this lesson, whatever elements we are going to study, in that what aspects we are going to study is occurrence, its manufacturing, its properties and uses. Okay, all elements, there these categories and their compounds we are going to study. So let's start with very first element, that is nitrogen. So we know that what is nitrogen, its atomic number. Do you know, student? Nitrogen having atomic number 7 and its electronic configuration is 2,5. Okay, so whether it is metallic element or non-metallic element, exactly it is non-metallic element. Okay, and we know that nitrogen is present in a free state or combined state. What we are studying now? Occurrence. Okay, occurrence means how it is present. If element is very reactive, then it can present in a combined form, and if it is not reactive, then it is present in a free state. As nitrogen is inert, nitrogen is not reactive at all, that is why it is present mostly in a free state. Okay, so in air different gases are present. Okay, so in that we know that how much nitrogen is present. Yes, exactly, nitrogen is present about 75% by weight in air and 78% by volume in a air. Okay, 78% by volume and 75% by weight in air. So this is about its occurrence. Now what we are going to study next is manufacturing, how nitrogen is prepared. We know that nitrogen is very essential, so where it is useful, that also we are going to discuss further in this lecture. Okay, so it's manufacturing. So as nitrogen is abundantly present in air, that we can utilize it. Okay, so how to manufacture? For that basic steps are given here. Manufacturing of nitrogen. First step is liquefaction of air. So whatever air is present, in that nitrogen is available, that we all know. So that nitrogen we have to liquefy. So liquefaction purpose, what we have to do is, we have to apply pressure. About 100 to 200 atmospheric pressure we have to apply, and then that compressed air is subsequently expand through the fine jet. Okay, and because of this, what happens, this gaseous nitrogen is converted into liquid form. Okay, so this liquid nitrogen now we have. So that liquid nitrogen has different constituent again. Okay, that different constituent we have to separate, and important constituent we have to get it. So how to get that important constituent? What is important constituent here? Nitrogen. Okay, so in that liquefied air contains two most highly constituent. Okay, two most wettable constituent, that are nitrogen and oxygen. So here we know that nitrogen and oxygen has different boiling point. Okay, so as nitrogen has a low boiling point, we have to evaporate it. We have to evaporate this mixture, this liquid air, and by evaporation of that, nitrogen escape out first, being having very less boiling point, and then that nitrogen is detected, nitrogen is taken, and in this procedure, as a different constituent also get imparted, that can be removed. Okay, like by different filters, electrical filters, different impurities can be removed. If carbon dioxide is present, that can be removed just by passing this mixture into the concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, now next is detection of nitrogen. Whatever nitrogen just we have prepared, whether it is really nitrogen or not, that can be detected by different identification tests. Okay, so what we have to do is simple magnesium ribbon we have to take. Okay, that magnesium ribbon, we know that magnesium ribbon test. Whenever magnesium ribbon get burned, it can be burned in dazzling white flame, isn't it? So dazzling means very white light get removed from that flame. But if this flame, burning magnesium flame comes in contact with nitrogen atmosphere, just we have prepared nitrogen, in that atmosphere, if burning magnesium ribbons comes, then what is formed? Magnesium nitrate. And that Mg3N2, whenever reacted with water or that powder, we get the powder, pale yellow color powder, and that pale yellow powder, whenever reacted with water, there is formation of magnesium hydroxide and ammonia. And this ammonia, when hydrochloric acid, we have to take just dilute hydrochloric acid and one glass rod. Whenever glass rod is dipped in that dilute hydrochloric acid, comes in contact with this mixture ammonia, there is formation of white dense fumes. Okay, very densely white fumes get formed, and this is identification test for the nitrogen gas. Okay friends, now next we'll study about properties. So what we are studying in properties, whenever we are discussing properties, that means how it is. Okay, whatever things we are discussing, how it is. Maybe it's physical aspect, maybe it's chemical aspect in properties. So physical aspect means how, what its color. Its color, it is a colorless gas. Okay, it is in a gaseous state. That is its physical properties, right? So again, its solubility, it is slightly soluble in water. Okay, now how its vapors get formed? Its vapor density is just 14. Okay, then solidification under high pressure. This nitrogen get converted into snow-like mass. Okay, white snow-like mass. Now its nature, chemically it is, as we have already discussed, it is unreactive, less reactive. Okay. Now next is chemical properties. In chemical properties, what we are studying? Yes, exactly. In chemical properties, we are studying how that elements, whenever reacted with other, what happens or what different substances it forms. Okay. So now chemical properties of nitrogen. First chemical property, combustibility. Combustion means what? Whenever any substance react with oxygen by giving maybe temperature, there is formation of heat and light, and water vapor get formed. That combustibility property in case of nitrogen. So whether nitrogen is combustible? No. So no reaction with oxygen, and it is not at all combustible. Next is litmus test, as it doesn't have any reaction with red or blue litmus. Now reaction with non-metals. So whenever this nitrogen allowed to react with hydrogen, hydrogen is also non-metal, so it is whenever reacted with hydrogen, there is formation of ammonia. Okay, next test of non-metals of nitrogen. Nitrogen whenever reacted with oxygen, there is formation of nitrous oxide. Okay. Next is reaction with metals. Whenever this nitrogen allowed to react with magnesium, there is formation of magnesium nitrate. Then whenever this nitrogen allowed to react with calcium, there is formation of calcium nitrate. So this is the test of nitrogen with metals. Then reaction with aluminium. Aluminium, when allowed to react with nitrogen, there is formation of aluminium nitride. Then take calcium carbide. Whenever nitrogen is allowed to react with calcium carbide at a 800 degrees Celsius, there is formation of calcium cyanide and carbon get removed. Carbon particles in the form of coke get removed. Okay. Now uses. This essential elements is very important for the protein synthesis in a plants. It is also used as a fertilizers, and also nitrogen forms the reaction. Nitrogen whenever reacted with oxygen, there is formation of nitrous oxide and some oxy acids also, and these oxy acids of nitrogen have widespread application in industry. Okay, so friends, in next video we are going to study fixation of nitrogen. Thank you.